Hello everyone, so I think last week I posted a sideboard guide for Blue-Red Dragons, and I really enjoy playing the deck, so I thought I might as well record myself playing a little bit with it. I changed a couple of things since I posted it. I actually tried a fourth iteration over the third tome, but then eventually I kinda came to a realization that playing 3 tomes is just better. You don't really have that much to cast on turn 2, especially on the play, and it works better with Dragon because you can just play a Dragon and then draw off of it or something like that. So I actually like the 3 tomes, but I'm not like 100% on that. Like if you top deck this in late game, it's often better than this, so like I'm not really sure. But this is where I am with main deck, and the sideboard changes are I added a second Shark Typhoon just because postboard and like the control matchups or against Sultai and stuff like that, you just have like infinite counters and like borrowers and stuff, and I just wanted to have a second Typhoon to kind of go with that plan, but maybe it's not necessary. And I have a second negate over second Disdainful Stroke because I was kind of missing the third negate against Cycling. But negate doesn't counter Gargarot against like Sultai and stuff like that, so it's possible that the second stroke's better. Not really sure, just trying this out right now, and yeah, let's go into the matches. I think I don't really want to make the video too long or anything like that, so I think I'm gonna play like 1 or 2 matches depending on how long it's gonna go, but I want to make a video that's like 1 hour long, so you know, it will depend on the speed of our play, I suppose. Maybe I should put the microphone a little bit closer to me, just to make sure that you can hear me well. Alright. And yeah, we won the die roll, so that's nice. Obviously I had to mulligan, unfortunately. Okay. Well, all of these cards I'm playing 4 of, or like maybe 3 of, but I'm definitely not putting away iteration. And usually, when you're like not sure what to put back, you want to put away cards that, you know, you don't play that many of because they are just worse cards. But my opponent's playing Yorion, so you know, given that, I think I'm just gonna put away Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, let's go. I'm kind of low in rank because I didn't really play Magic that much recently. I mean, I played the last like 2 or 3 days a bunch, but before that I didn't really play that much. But okay. Unfortunately, we have to wait on this iteration for turn 3 because I would really like to hit a land off of it, but we're on the play, so nothing really too bad is probably gonna happen to us. Like the worst that he can have is like maybe Cultivate or something. I don't even know. I think I'm just gonna shoot him for 2. They don't really play any creatures anyway. I mean, this can kill like a Valky or like a 2/2 Shark Typhoon maybe, but I think overall it's just better to shoot them here. Okay, well, hopefully this doesn't get disputed because otherwise we're screwed. Alright, that's good. That is acceptable. No, really? Okay, so what do I want? Probably just a tome because you can maybe help me find lands. I'll exile this because I would rather have a dragon in my deck. Did I mess it up? I messed it up. But what I was about to say is that I have Fable Passage in my deck, so it's actually better to shuffle the better card for the late game in your deck. But it doesn't really matter that much either way. So if I play the tome here, he can just like Saga me. But at the same time, I'm just missing land drops, so I kind of feel like I have to do it, even though it looks pretty bad if that happens. Alright, they didn't have the Saga, or maybe he still has it, but he just didn't have lands. I should put a stop in my upkeep. Okay, so the question is whether we want to scry. I really want to, like, if I hit blue, I can maybe, like, counter his Saga or something. Should probably just do that. It doesn't even have to be blue necessarily, I guess, because I just have 2 disputes. No. Well, now we're just fucked, I think. I mean, he might still not have it, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna have it. They always have it. Yeah. I mean, we still have, like, I don't know, 3 counters, so, like, maybe he floods out or something, but he does have 2 omens, so that seems pretty unlikely. And yeah, that's just gonna beat us. I can bounce it for 1 turn to buy a little bit of time, but I'm realistically not really beating Polukranos in a long game. I guess he doesn't really have cards in his graveyard, so maybe there's still hope, but pretty slim, pretty slim. Okay, so I think I have to counter it. Let's just use Dispute, because you know, eventually he's gonna get to a point where he will be able to pay, and I have 2 disputes, so I think it's better to do it that way. 2, 4, yeah, he can cast Ultimatum now, so cannot really play the Giant. It wouldn't really accomplish anything. His hand probably has like eliminates and stuff, and you know, the risk of just like getting hit by Ultimatum is too big, so pretty straightforward. Another one, huh? Well, I cannot really beat it, so I think I have to counter it. Or at least attempt to. He's playing 2 Polukranos, by the way. That's kind of interesting. Most people play like 1, if any. I guess most of the lists play at least 1. And he returns Yorion, sure. Alright, we drew the land, which is good. I still don't really think I can tap out. He's gonna play Yorion. Like the ideal scenario is that I play Giant, he doesn't play land, and I dispute him, but that just seems kind of far-fetched, so... Okay, so I don't really want to fetch. I would rather increase my chance of drawing a land. Oh, I should have played with Burrower, fuck. It's not like it really changes that much, but I definitely should have done that. I was replying to a message and I just forgot about it. So that's unfortunate. That is, in fact, very unfortunate, but it's probably not really gonna change anything because he's just gonna kill it anyway. I guess now I can play the Giant and still have negate up potentially. If he doesn't kill it, I'm gonna feel stupid, but yeah, okay, sure, whatever. Nothing would have changed, like I wouldn't really be able to tap out last turn, so I can maybe play the Dragon, because I drew the land. I don't even know if they play like Disdainful Strokes or anything like that, but he's not really playing anything, like he has to... Problem is that like I'm not sure if they play Stroke or not. They probably play at least like 1 or 2, right? If I play the Dragon and he strokes me and then he plays Ultimatum, I'm gonna feel really stupid. How much is this? 6. Problem with Giant is that it gets hits by Eliminate and this doesn't. Yeah, whatever. I guess he can have a dispute for this as well, maybe. Though he didn't use dispute before, so he would have to draw it. But I don't know. I'm not sure about this play, but I think it's fine like this. I'm pretty sure they play at least like some strokes. Well, this kinda sucks. Should I just negate it so that he doesn't see my hand? Maybe. Also, if I do this, maybe he plays a Yorion. I kind of want him to do that because now I can actually dispute him. Come on, do it. Do it. He didn't do it. Surprise, surprise. Oh, he didn't have the stroke. I mean, he had the Act last turn, but if I knew that he didn't have a stroke, I would probably play the Dragon last turn. But it's not like it matters that much. I don't really think I can win this game. Now he has like enough cards in his graveyard to get back Polukranos as well. So we're pretty fucked here. I think this is a good matchup. Ooh. Had no idea that people play this card. I don't really want to discard Dispute because if I discard it, he's gonna play Yorion for sure. So I think maybe Time Walk is better. It's probably just better than Dragon, right? It's like make 2 1/1s and draw cards, probably better than Dragon. I guess it's not better against Polukranos, but yeah. We need to draw like a Borrower or something. Didn't get there. Yep. I mean, I missed my third land drop for several turns. I didn't really expect to win this game, but that's fine. So bring in all the good stuff. I could consider this because they have the 6/6 dude. But I can like bounce it or counter it, so maybe I don't need it. It might be better than like a Bone Crusher Giant though. He also showed me 2 Polukranos. Yeah, it's probably fine. They have Yorion as well, which is kind of hard to get through. It's probably a fine card against them, I suppose, all things considered. The Time Walks aren't great either because they just have a bunch of counters, but I still think it's better than like a Bone Crusher Giant. At least it's like powerful. You can top deck it in the late game, or you know, it's just like a powerful card. It can like do stuff. Whereas like Bone Crusher Giant is kind of bad always. So would rather have that, I think. Alright, play first. Why am I mulliganing so much? Okay, so the question is whether I want a Dragon or the second Saw It Coming. Because I have 2, maybe just having counters is better. Like this can potentially go pretty badly for me. I play it, he like strokes it and something bad happens. Whereas instead I can just like kind of sit on these draw spells and counter whatever he's doing. So I think I'm gonna do this. Also, I don't really have that many lands, so having cheap cards is probably better. I can draw like another expensive cards, and you know, it will just kind of stuck in my hand and I might miss the second counter. So I think all things considered, this is better, but I'm not like 100% about it. By any stretch, Tome is so broken. When you play on a play against these decks, it's just like so hard to lose. If you have counters in your hand. Okay. He might have just have like bunch of proactive spells and like force me to use these counters, and then I cannot really use the Tome that effectively, which is like one way he can fight. Also next turn he might have like second Saga plus Dispute, which would be pretty bad. I still don't think I want to scry here though. Like, this matchup is super grindy, I'm not really in a rush, and I just want to get the maximum value out of this. Like, there is not really a big difference whether I scry a land on the bottom or anything like that. Like, all of the cards are useful, and I don't really have bad cards post board, so scry doesn't really do that much for me. So I would much rather just wait, I think. Yeah, I mean, discard spell was like one of the reason to do the foretell this. I should have done that. Why did I not do that? There is actually no reason to not. I'm just an idiot. He's thinking about it though, so you know, maybe he has like a creature and the scatter is as good as this, or he just wants to take the draw spell. That's a really good sign for me, I guess. But yeah, I should have foretell this. I'm just an idiot. I'm just an idiot, but it's fine, it's fine. It worked out fine. So now, I don't think I'm gonna foretell it. Now I actually have a reason not to. He might have like something good plus dispute, so I would much rather have 2 counters up. The one card that I'm worried about is Shark Typhoon, but maybe people don't play that many of that anymore. And I do have like my own Shark Typhoons and Brazen Borrower in my deck, so I guess I'm fine. So now the question is whether I want to foretell this and play an untapped land or play a top land and not do anything. I think playing top land is better. My gut just tells me that it's better. It's better if I draw like a Goldspan Dragon, you know, in some scenarios and stuff like that. And foretelling this doesn't like accomplish like that much, I don't think. But low confidence on that. If this was like a PT, I would like think about it for like a long time, but no one is really interesting in, you know, me just like sitting there and thinking about it. I just like explained the reasons why it might be good and why it might not be good, and I think whether I actually made the right play or not doesn't really actually matter that much, I think. Okay. So the problem with iteration is that I'm getting to a point where getting land out of it isn't actually that valuable. So I think it's better to just like wait on it and eventually play like a, you know, get like 2 spells from it. So I can do this, and pass. This was just like draw 4, you know. Right now I'm like kind of ahead on cards because I have 2 Havens as well. I guess he has this, but this is just worse than this. The card that I'm worried about as well is Polukranos, I guess. Okay, well. The 1/1s would be pretty annoying, so I'm just gonna negate it. He's probably gonna dispute. Yeah, maybe I should have let that happen actually. Or maybe I just shouldn't have foretold. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I didn't realize that if I foretell, I get disputed. See guys, I'm not on the top of my game here. So if I counter it now, yeah, I think I have to counter it. Do I? Maybe not. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, this was just bad. The first time I should have done it, and the second time I shouldn't have. So I made like 2 mistakes at least already. At least. Probably more, but I just don't realize it. Okay, let's draw. I'm still probably just gonna outgrind him, so it's fine. But mistakes have been made. Ooh. Welcome to the... Oh yeah, now we're talking, Okay, so where do I want to start? I think I just want to put the tome in play and say go, I guess. I'm just gonna take it. I'm not really worried about taking 2 damage by any stretch, so... So the question is whether we want a 4/4 or a 2/2 and a draw card, or maybe we just want to draw a card and don't do this yet. I think he's kind of likely to kill it though. Maybe I'm just not gonna have time to play all of my cards, so I really want to use all of my mana, but I think I want to draw a card for sure. So I'm gonna draw a card and make a 2/2. 2/2 seems fine. Yeah, I'm kind of happy that I did that, given that I drew another expensive card. Ooh, yeah. So I actually kind of have infinite mana here because the tomes tap for mana as well. Let's just attack. Me dealing 2 is way more important than him dealing 2, I think. Let's just play this first, I guess. Sure. Oh no, I'm an idiot. Oh my god. Oh, I couldn't actually. Yeah, I could have done that. I should have at least like draw a card in response. I could have like added mana and draw with the other one, and I would still have enough mana to like use this. I guess I wouldn't be able to use both of these, which might, you know, might have been important, so it might have actually not been a mistake. Also, this way I can draw 2 cards, so it was probably fine. It was probably fine. But I definitely should have thought about it before I clicked on OK. Okay, let's just draw with this one. Yeah, I cannot really lose anymore, I don't think. Dragon. If he doesn't have anything, he's fucked, but even if he does, it's still fine. Yeah, sure. With my trad, like, I'm just so ahead on cards that I'm just worried about ultimatum and stuff. So, not gonna fight over that. Now we can saw it coming through dispute, which is nice. We can still very easily to lose to like an ultimatum plus a counter, but I think he doesn't really have that much time to do that, and he has only 2 cards that I don't know about, and I have Scatter for Yorion, so. Ooh, that's nice. That's also pretty nice. Dragon. I love Dragon. Dragon is so good. By the way, I'm not attacking with this because I have Borrowers and Bonecrusher Giants in my deck. So if I ever draw that, you know, it's just better to keep this around rather than trade it off. Also, if he just chumps like this, I can actually start attacking with this now, so that's good as well. There might be like, I don't know, some random reasons to draw on my turn, but I think just like it's probably, can't really think of anything, so I'm just gonna pass. Ooh, so this can kill my dragon. Whatever, I'm just gonna counter it. I'm getting to the point where I just don't really care anymore. Okay, sure. I'm gonna draw in response, I guess. Nice. That's pretty nice, not gonna lie. I wanted to keep the last counter for ultimatum, but you know, if I draw into a counter like this one, then obviously I would rather do that. Oh, I should have actually drawn with this one, because that way I can actually draw with both next turn. But if I kept this one around, I can only draw 1 card next turn. That's like one thing that I should remember as well. I'm not a master of this deck yet, but the deck is so powerful that it just doesn't really matter anymore, I guess. It just doesn't really matter anyway, I guess. Alright, it's 1-1. We're on a draw, which kinda sucks. But our hand is pretty good. I have counters and lands, so you know the only thing I'm missing is some way to get ahead, like a tome. But we will get there. We will get there. The problem is that if you don't have like you know the tome or like the blue-red card draw card, they're actually ahead on cards because they have Yorion. So you know you might easily lose the grindy game. I guess they have a bunch of cards that aren't actually that effective though. So that kind of evens it out. So the question is whether I want to do this or not. I think so. Cannot really think of a reason why I shouldn't do that. Like I cannot double counter now, but I cannot really think of like anything that I would really care about that costs like 4 or something. I guess Polukranos plus Dispute would be kind of bad for me. He might have boarded the Polukranos out though. So if I play this, he counters it, and then he can play like a Gargard or something. Also, he's missing land drop, so I can just kind of sit here, play my lands, and get ahead that way. Usually when your opponent is stacked on lands, you don't really want to play into anything because that kind of allows them to use their mana. The better approach is to just play lands. They cannot really do anything. You're just like getting ahead on a board, and then eventually you win by having more lands because you can like double spell and you tempo them out. And he had to discard as well, so that's pretty nice. Just gonna do this and say go for the reasons that I explained last turn. It's kind of weird that he's not using this Omen though. So lucky. So lucky. Ooh, that's pretty nice. If he doesn't draw a land, he will have to discard, so I'm just passing here. Oh my god. Some people. So the question is whether we want to play the Burrow here. I think so. Let's just start like forcing some action. He kind of has to react to this, then I can start play this with like double counter, and then I can start attacking with the land as well. He probably doesn't have like infinite removal spells in his deck at this point, so ooh. Just play Prismari because why not? I see. Yeah, probably just fucked up, right? Should have waited one extra turn, I guess. So now if I negate it, he just counters again, and then he can resolve something. Yeah. That was just bad, probably. I guess getting disputed isn't that bad because I have this now. But probably a wrong play. I explained why you shouldn't do that a couple of turns back, but I did it anyway. Sometimes I just don't really want to think it through. He didn't have a removal spell for this, so he might just like not have any. If that's the case, then attacking with this is pretty good. And even if he kills it, I still have 2 counter backup. So I think I'm just gonna do it. He might just die to these guys. Yeah, he just doesn't have anything. Maybe this wasn't that bad because, you know, him having Dispute in his hand would be kind of bad. With, like, I wouldn't really be able to double counter. Dispute would be really helpful there. So now Dispute's gone. So I can kind of safely attack with this and, you know, just sit on 2 counters. Might have been fine. Alright, there it is. Hopefully he doesn't have like, I don't know, double dispute or something. Pretty unlikely. Yeah, okay. Negate. And that should pretty much be game because I can just do this and then activate this, so he's just dead. Nice! We are actually able to win. So that's pretty cool. Yay! By the way, this happens kinda often that you just kill them out of nowhere. You just play like end of turn Borover. You attack them for free, you play a Time Walk, then you play like a dragon, and they take 9, and you have a counter backup, and then just die. This deck is just, I don't know, really powerful. Probably the best deck in Standard. I can't really think of a deck that would be better than this. Like, you know, Sultai is obviously good, but it's just bad against this, and Blu-ray doesn't actually have that many bad matchups, I don't think. Like, post board, you just like improve so much against all the decks. Like, you're good against aggro post board, good against control. Like, I'm not really sure what I'm worried about. Someone, like, I lost to like a red-black graveyard deck today with like Crocs and shit, but that's like unusual. But the cards that come back from the graveyard, the creatures are really good against this deck, like Ox and stuff like that. So I guess that if someone is packing a bunch of those, that's pretty bad. Also, rogues might be bad for you, I guess. They just like tempo you out. They have like small creatures and disputes and stuff. It's pretty annoying. Not a bad hand. What the fuck? Well, I'm confused, but he might just like lose to some mono black aggro or something. Our hand isn't really prepared to fight mono black aggro. I guess our opponent isn't really doing anything though. 1-1 for 1, it's not gonna kill me. I hope so, at least. I don't even know what kind of creatures he could play. Like, I'm not really up to date at Standard currently, so. Oh, this guy, huh? So I guess he has a 1-drop and he just wanted to wait to make it bigger. I have Cinderclasm in my sideboard, so that's gonna be insane against this deck. Ooh, that's not a bad draw. I still think I wanna keep up Dispute though. So I'm just gonna do this. In these kind of matchups, anytime you can fire off good Dispute, you should just do it because it's just not really effective for the most part. So when you can counter like a 3-drop or 4-drop with it, you should almost always do it if you can. Should I just play this as a free one? He's like so likely to kill it. He's playing a black deck and he didn't play anything. Seems kind of weak to do that. I would probably just rather wait. What you got? This guy, huh? Yeah, I'm just gonna dispute it. I'm just worried that he doesn't really do anything next turn and I just allowed that for no reason. Now he just plays like an insane planeswalker, of course. Okay, kind of happy that I countered it then. It's not bad. Let's just do that, I guess. If he kills it, I can still negate. Pretty good combo, pretty good combo. This is a combo that people figure out like the first day of Goldspan Dragon being legal. That just like, you know, it's really good with 2-mana counter spells. But it's true, it's really good with it, so. I think I'm just gonna bounce it. I don't really want to take damage for no reason. Maybe it's better to bounce it end of turn. Or I can just bounce something bigger. I'm not really sure. I have no idea what is in his I guess this always dies, so it's probably just better to wait. Ooh. Hello there. Okay, nice. Nice. So he's playing like random creature black-green deck or whatever. He's probably kind of weak on a draw, though he's playing black deck and he's probably gonna have like some discard spells. So So maybe it's not the worst. Also, if he's like a grindy deck, maybe Shark Typhoon is fine. You can also block like his free ones and stuff. He's like 2 mana free ones. So that's probably fine. This is just bad. This also seems kind of bad. Not really sure about like these either. Don't like this one as well. Scatter is probably fine. Maybe on a draw, I just want to have like, I don't know, maybe 2 Burrowers so that I just have more interaction. Not a huge fan of this. I guess I have kind of all removal post board, so maybe Tome is good. But I am on a draw, which makes it a lot worse. On a play it would be different. He's probably gonna have like a bunch of dresses and stuff, so having additional way to draw cards is probably not that bad. Not really sure what he's playing is the problem. Okay. Our hand isn't spectacular or anything like that, but obviously I have to keep. So do I want to do this or do this? He's kind of likely to play something, right? And then I want to bounce this and just play the Borrower, I think. So I would rather do this, I think. Well, it didn't work out. That's a good draw though. Just do this. Oh, he just didn't play it because I had open mana or something? He might have just drawn it as well. Seems kind of unlikely that he wouldn't play it, but it's possible that he just didn't want to get Bone Crusher Giant or something. Kind of hard to predict, you know, against an opponent playing this kind of a deck. I think I'm gonna use it. Don't really have time to play all of these, and maybe the gain 4 is gonna matter, so it's just better to have a counter on it, I think. That's pretty good. So he's like super likely to have a removal spell. I don't really want to play this into that. So I think I do this and say go. That way I can both draw a card or use one of these. Like this seems like not that much, like it seems like it's not really gonna matter that much because it's just 1 extra mana and stuff like that, but the difference between 6 and 7 is huge and I'm getting kinda close to it. So I kinda have to foretell at some point, and this seemed like a fine turn to do that. Let's just go ahead, fuck it. Maybe he has like Snakeskin Whale or something, like the hexproof card. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. Once again, he's super likely to kill it, but I can draw a card anyway. It's probably just better to not play anything. That way he's just completely screwed, right? He didn't use his mana, he doesn't really have lands, yeah. Alright, these games were kind of fast, so I think I'm gonna play one more match. Also, this you know, opponent wasn't really doing that much. Nice, we won a die roll, that's always good. Our hand is pretty good. Our hand's pretty good. So he's probably playing mono red or something, or maybe just mirror. Maybe he's playing blue red. If he's playing dragons, then I guess he can have tome, so I won't have negate up anyway. Is it mono red? Seems like it. I'm kind of happy that he's mono red. I didn't really want to play mirror. It just takes so much time, and you know, it's just a better deck. So I'm kind of happy that I'm playing against burn here. Counter that. If I was on a draw, then I would have no chance in this game, but fortunately I wasn't, so. Okay. I think I want an iteration because that allows me to play dragon next turn potentially. Nice. So I can just get this and play that. There's not really that much that I would like to negate, and I want to have the negate back up when I play dragon, so I think it's just better to play the tomb, start using it. Nice. He gave up. Most lists actually play only 2 melees, but because it's both good against red, which is kind of popular, and you know, the mirror, I'm playing free, but maybe that's not right, but it's obviously good in this matchup, so I'm not really complaining. Something like this seems reasonable to me. This isn't great or anything, but it's like a fine card to have in your deck. It's just a little bit too expensive, so if I had a better card to have over it, I would, you know, prefer to have that, but I just don't. But it's not like, you know, oh my god, I have Epiphany in my deck. It's fine. If I had too many expensive cards against mono red, it would be bad, but most of my cards are cheap, so having one expensive card is, like, you know, not that bad. No red. I think I have to mulligan. Well, at least I have a pretty good hand on 6, I suppose. Let's do it like this, I think. I don't really have a good turn to play this, but maybe I want to play it right now. Like, the problem is I don't really wanna use this against his 2-drop, especially if he mulligan, because this can kill Anax and this can't. So even if he plays a 2-drop, I'm not really sure I wanna use Frostbite against it. And if that's the case, then playing this is probably just better. So maybe it would be different if he had more cards, because the tempo would maybe matter more. But he mulliganed, so I just want to make sure that I don't randomly lose to like one of his cards. I think I can actually like do like block here maybe. Okay. Oh, I probably should have giant in response. Fuck me. But it's fine. I can do it next turn. But I'm an idiot, obviously. I don't know, sometimes I just talk and I click on OK. I took 3 damage for no reason, but it's fine. Hopefully he doesn't have like another Anax, he just doesn't have anything, it seems like. If he didn't play anything, he probably has something like a red cap melee or something. So maybe I'm better off just like ambushing him with this Shock Typhoon, though maybe he won't attack into this, but I guess he will. Also, it draws me a card, so maybe I'll get closer to something good. I don't know, it seems fine. Yeah, he's attacking. Oh yeah, he's attacking. Oh, he just realized that I can block and he conceded. Okay, pretty easy 3-0. Our opponents weren't the best, but at least you've seen the power of the deck despite my poor performance or poor plays. But yeah, the deck is great. Definitely give it a shot. If you like the video, please click on the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.